All right, what up, guys? We got a small infield here that we're going to break down for you today on a Friday night. It's a little late, so hopefully you guys watch this over the weekend, or if you find this video on during the week next week, or if it just pops up on your feed, make sure to stay tuned because we're going to show the last 5 minutes of the poll. A lot of you guys aren't pulling because you don't know what to do with the last 5 minutes of the interaction. So I thought, you know what, let's just put this out there. Now, we're not going to put the actual audio out there. That's just for our mastermind members. But there are a few key points that I want to show you guys that we can all see that you guys are not doing during your interactions. Okay, so we're here at this bar. As you can see right off the bat, right off the bat, guys, you have me against the wall and she is kind of looking at me. She's talking to me, okay? She is facing me. Everybody in the bar, at this little bar we went to, could see that. All right, I just want you to take note of that. It's actually kind of funny because her friend, her girlfriend, was talking to these dudes over here, this dude in green, and we saw him at the club the previous night. So they're out there hunting. They obviously don't know game, but they're out there hunting, which is, if you guys are not out there hunting, what the fuck are you doing? But anyways, here we are, and I'm going to play this right here so you guys could go ahead and see it. But we'd been vibing the whole time, the whole night. If you guys know my style, if you guys know Brandon's styles, we flirt a lot. So we're able to kind of play like a boyfriend frame right off the bat, which is what I was doing here. So you guys can't really hear what we're saying to each other, obviously, but you guys see kind of like the frame that's being built, right? It looks like from the outside, like I've been dating her for a long time. She's really comfortable. She's grabbing me. She's like, "Hey, there's a rock stuck in my shoe. Like, help me get it out." But you know, I've been in this set for a good 40 minutes. And this is her girlfriend, by the way. I had met her earlier, but she's coming in to check on her. And she's like, "Hey, what's going on with this dude? What are you doing with this guy? Like, are you going to go home with him?" You know, long story short, stick around so you see. But long story short is yes. And her friend's just making sure. I already won her friend over earlier. Very important. Something you guys are always missing. This is a fun set, guys.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
So there she goes. Her friend's like, "You going with him?" She made a little joke, and then we're like, "Yeah, we're doing it." And Brandon's just coming in here. It's funny. The second that the set comes in, he's just reassuring with me, like, "Hey, dude, the venue's about to close. What are you gonna do?" So let's actually fast forward here a bit so you guys can see the pool. But very important, like your interaction should look like this before the pool, like very comfortable. Okay, so let's move forward a bit. Brandon actually came in and spiked her emotion for me. So if you guys have a wingman, very important that you guys are able to spike emotions for your wing set. So he comes in, he elevates the emotions of the set, and then he kind of leaves, and now she's like super giddy. So very important you guys do that to your wings. That is a high value thing to do to your wings. It adds so much value to their sets. So let's fast forward a bit. Let's go. So right here is where we're all talking what's going to be the plan. So I said what up to the guys that were talking to the girl, right? Super friendly, like not weird at all. You saw I dabbed them up. Now we're discussing like, okay, what are we gonna do? What's the move after this? And I'm letting her kind of come up with that idea, right? Like I know I want to pull it, but she has to say it first. She has to be like, okay, yeah, like I want to go with you. And at this point, I'm assuming she wants to come with me. They already had a discussion. They went to the bathroom earlier, but I'm assuming she wants to come home with me. I just want her to say it to me, like, all right, let's go. So that's fine. So right there, she's like, oh, okay, I guess my friend, right there, she looks at her friend. I remember she's like, oh, I guess my friend's cool if I leave with you. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's go. Super nonchalant, right? But I wasn't being pushy. I wasn't doing anything. Like, you just saw the kind of like the boyfriend girlfriend dynamic that was going on there towards the end. That's how your set should look. And she should be the one telling you, all right, let's go home, guys. All right, let's do it. So let's fast forward here a bit. See, you guys, you don't want to be these guys. See, these guys are at the table by themselves. So you don't want to be them. You know, why are you sitting the whole time at a bar? Like, go talk to a girl. Don't do that. So here we are, right? We're walking in. The bar's closing, right? So it's like, all right, it's time to go. So right here, we're going home, walking like nonchalant, right? I grab her by the hand, and this is not like I'm forcing anything at all for you guys out there. It's like, oh, you have to do this, and like you have to get over the objections. There's literally no objections at all. When you're running good game, guys, there's zero objections. It's just happening. That's what good game looks like. It's like, for a natural, it's things are just fucking going down, and in her mind is like, oh shit, this is happening. Like, this is intense. It kind of adds like, not mystery, but it adds a thriller, you know, to the pool on her end, and she gets a little giddy and excited. And you know, behind closed doors, it makes that event a lot more fun.
Trevor? No, I know. I just keep calling him Trevor because he thinks
It's like hurts my ear.
So here we are. We pull out and we're walking, right? We're walking out the bar. I'm leading her to the car, obviously, where I parked. But this is important. You guys see how, like, the very last 5 minutes is super comfortable. Like, I talked to her friend. I wasn't trying to get her away from her friends. I made sure, like, hey, go tell your friends you're coming with me. Her friend came over, and her friend was cool with me. She's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, Brandon came in, met her friend. Like, okay, these guys aren't weird. Like, you're cool. I talked to the guys that were talking to her friend, right? Like, oh, that guy's cool. Like, it's very important you guys went over her entire social circle, right? Her little circle that she shows up with and the new people that come in. Very important you guys do that. And you guys have been told over the years, like, these girls are obstacles and these are hurdles to get the pool. No, these are allies. You saw how her friend just left her there with me. She was like, you're going with him, basically. That's what good game looks like, guys. So let's fast forward, and from here you just see I'm waiting for Brandon. We're kind of locked together. Her friend comes in. She's like, "Hey, what's gonna happen?" Her friend's like, "Hey, what's gonna happen? What are we gonna do?" And I was like, "Okay, look, I'm gonna go home with your friend, and then I'll drop her off in the morning." And I'm just kind of going over it. And there's Brandon.
I love it.
Actually, this is my first time, guys. I didn't know her fucking friend was packing like that. Jesus, some serious sneaky. But here we go, right? We keep going. Her friend's reassuring, okay, let's do this. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And again, I'm not pushing like, oh, we got to go now. We got to go. Like, let's go. No, I'm entertaining her friend. I continue to talk to her like normal. Think about it this way, guys. When you're out with friends, when you're out with your boys, you know, and there's girls in the group, right? Let's say you're out, even with your sister, let's say. If a guy's like trying to get her away, you're like, yo, what the fuck? Hold on. Right? No. Most guys that get laid, that's like in a very natural way, they all become kind of like friends. Like, they're all friends, right? They all kind of leave together. That's kind of the impression you want to leave in your interactions. Like, you're almost like befriended them overnight, and you almost became like a core part of that group of friends. And this is exactly what you're seeing here. And again, guys, if you want to see the whole thing, unfiltered, raw, with the audio, make sure to sign up for the mastermind, and then also make sure to sign up for the boot camp. The spring break boot camp is fully sold out. The one for March 21st, 22nd, 23rd, there's no more spots for that one. But if you want to join our next boot camp, we're going to have a boot camp in Austin, March 28, 29, and 30. And then our next boot camp in Vegas is going to be Memorial Day weekend, the weekend of, I believe it's May 27, 28, 29. Not entirely sure, but if you want to join any of the boot camps in the future, go ahead and click the button below, and you'll talk to me, and we'll get you on board. So I make sure Brandon's good, right? I'm like, yo, Brandon, you good? And everybody's good, right? Even with the wings and the guys, I'm like, yo, you guys are good? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like a natural thing to do. Like, you make sure her friends are good, and then you could go ahead and pull that. There's your friend, and then there's cameraman trying, like, dying to catch up. It's the funniest thing ever. So there you have it, guys. Just really quick, right? Like in those 5 minutes that we broke down, on average, interactions are 40 minutes. But in those 5 minutes you saw, right? If the girl's not interacting with you the way you saw her, okay? Number one, if she's not interacting with you the way she's interacting with me here, she's like all over you, like boyfriend, girlfriend, joking, she's laughing. She has no problem with you talking to her friends. She's cool, right? She's very comfortable. She loves that. If you're not getting that in your interactions, you're doing something wrong in the first half of the game, okay? Second thing from this, you saw how I managed all her friends. I was cool with all her friends at the end. I was like, oh, okay, cool, like we're all dope. Like let's hit it. You know what I mean? Like the whole time I was framing it as like, what do you want to do? What do you girls want to do? Her girlfriend actually had an interest on one of the other guys, right? The black dudes in the video, so it kind of worked out perfectly. Like her friend liked the other guys were cool, we were all cool together. So I want you guys to understand that friends are not objections, that it's nothing like that. They're your biggest allies. And you saw her at the end, she came up, she's like, oh, okay, so what are you guys gonna do? Like, can you take care of her? You're fine. I was like, yeah, it's cool with me, like whatever she wants to do, like no problem with me. Very important you guys manage your interactions like that. Okay, that's the second thing. And the third thing is also kind of the body language. Okay, very, very important that the whole time, even though she's kind of almost pulling me and doing this while their friends making the suggestions, I'm the one leading her still, right? Grabbing her by the hand. Very simple thing that you guys forget to do. Look how I'm walking on the outside of the sidewalk, right? I'm closest to the street. That's a very gentleman thing to do. So the very simple things like that, guys, win her over. Like girls notice these tiny things. So in 5 minutes, right, those three things of your interactions, you want them to look like this at the end. If they're not looking like this at the end, again, sign up for the bootcamp or sign up for a virtual mentorship and hit the button below, and we'll see you for the next video, boys.